Okay. And, Trudy, you're a big Saved by the Bell fan. We all know that. You've never you've never tried to hide it.
Yeah.
Never fought it.
No. I loved Screech.
You know Screech. You know Dustin Diamond.
Yeah, he was, now is he homeless now, or?
Well, no, not yet, but he's got 30 days to pay $250,000. Oh, that reminds me. Hey, Mark, did you listen to the interviews?
Yes. He did not say anything like we thought he did, but he did say that he was fortunate enough that Saved by the Bell got in this beautiful, great house and blah, blah, blah.
Now did you see the email we had this morning?
I thought he said something to that effect.
We got an email this morning, some guy saying the whole thing is a hoax and that the guy is loaded. I don't know.
Screech loaded?
Well, 10 years of
he's
Saved by the Bell.
He's on the stand-up comedy circuit, and he rakes it in pretty nicely.
Oh, no, on the stand-up comedy circuit, that's not where he got loaded. If he's loaded, it's from Saved by the Bell.
Celebrity box.
Oh. He should be loaded from Saved by the Bell. There's no question. 10 years on a television show? Come on.
How could he not get credit, though, being Screech? Can't he just tell him, hey,
Ray.
I'm Screech?
Well, here's what I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know where this email. I don't know where this guy got this information. This is a hoax.
He obviously had credit problems, and because he bought this house on a land contract, and what happened was the property went up in value. The land around
everything around it was so much more valuable.
It became more valuable. It was developed. The property value went way up. So when his house became worth a lot more than it was when he worked out this land contract, and the guy that had this contract with him knew his credit stunk, and they'd have a problem getting a straight mortgage, he got a letter stating he had 30 days to pay $250,000 or get out. Guy wanted the place back. So this is the part of the story that I actually found the dumbest, and it has very little to do with it.
And it's weird, too, that he had to even seek out this land contract deal because he was supposedly so broke after doing his TV show and everything else that he had to find this weird land contract to even get a house.
Wait a minute. This could be some kind of scam or possibly scamola.
Yeah.
Without explaining it, do you find this part involving this Arthur Giraldo, that's the part of the story I find most annoying.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. This Arthur guy is really bizarre.
Check this out, Trudy. He calls some old friend with lots of connections, and he's referred to some guy who works for New York Capital Exchange. His name's Arthur Giraldo. And his friend says, this guy can fix you up, Dustin. No doubt about it. You're good. He'll figure out a way to get you this loan. So he calls Arthur. Guy sold himself big times. Oh, yeah, no problem. We'll save the house. Don't worry, not a problem. Everything will be done quickly. We'll figure it out. So he sent everything he asked for, signed all the papers that were sent to him. Closing date was set. He had a lawyer that was in Wisconsin. Arthur said he was going to fly out himself and be there for the closing. Days went by, never heard from him. I called, left message after message, never got a call back. So I finally called from another number from the road. I travel the U.S. doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah, that was
parentheses.
that called me the most.
And he picked up.
Because I'm so busy.
As if we had all the time in the world, he brushed it off and said, oh, no, don't worry. Everything's moving ahead, all is well. He said another closing date. That came and went. Meanwhile, all was not well. They still want the house. As days crept by and still no calls from Arthur. I was forced to threaten calling every day, all day long, every hour on the hour, till I got a call back. Alas, I got a call back. Don't worry, everything's moving ahead. All is well. The avoidance goes on and on for some time until you got served. That's right. You truly get served with a notice to foreclose. They're going to take my house. I'm going to be homeless. Dustin Diamond, homeless in Wisconsin. BS! Time to call New York Capital Exchange and set them straight. So he calls New York Capital Exchange. Tell Arthur that I got served and was told that he hadn't contacted the holder of the land contract for over a month, never sent any papers over, and as such, I'm losing my house. If he doesn't call me back, I'll go to Howard Stern and tell the world, New York especially, I know, ooh, how he does business. Let's face it, if he can't find the time to work on a mortgage for a famous celebrity, how will he handle the average person?
Now, that's hilarious right there. If he can't find the time to work on a mortgage for a famous celebrity. How will he handle the average person?
Well, isn't it obvious his credit is
famous
awful?
Celebrity.
His credit's awful.
He says that even right out of the gate. This
Anybody
credit
care what
uses
this
the
guy
S word.
thinks?
So he's more concerned about making sure this guy loses his job. Well, he's as concerned that this guy get fired and be exposed for the fraudulent lender that he is.
He says, time to pay the piper, Arthur. You shouldn't have effed with the D-man.
Be cool. Don't stare at his famous wing.
So, now he wants Arthur to lose his job for screwing over the working man and then laughing at their expense.
Well, didn't he say
and the Stern Show apparently accomplished nothing for him.
Yeah, he said
because he's still doing this. He's still looking for money.
One phone call later, I was telling the Stern Show what had happened. Time to pay the piper, Arthur. You shouldn't have effed with the D-man.
Well,
at this point, I have less than 40 days to save my house, and I'm calling out to anyone who will listen. One, I want Arthur to lose his cushy job at NYCE where he screws over the working man, then laughs at their expense. Now, I don't think we know that he's laughing.
At their expense, yeah, right.
I ask you to join my fight against injustice by helping to save my house. What injustice happened here?
I have no idea. The fact that his credit stinks. The fact that this guy stood him up when he promised to do this deal for him.
Well, but he was in he put himself in a bad position
to begin with. It just cracks me up. It's like he wants to send this message that Arthur shouldn't have effed with the D-man. Here he is. And I think the message to Arthur was it didn't matter. There was no consequence at all. He's out there trying to sell T-shirts to save his house.
He wants us all to buy T-shirts.
Yeah,
$15 T-shirts.
$20, he'll autograph it. $20 if you need $20 for a shirt, he'll actually sign it.
And then all monies go towards saving my house.
And then not only that, the $20 donation. Not only do you get his signature, but you get his special message, which is F. Geraldo.
No, that's something I want on my Dustin Diamond T-shirt 5 years from now.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, we're all going to remember that.
Yeah, just what I want.
Get the hell out of my house. In Jesus' name, I pray.
Why don't you go back to your home on Whore Island?
Please rally behind me. Together we can end the feeble handling of people's futures by Arthur Geraldo and at the same time save my house.
Oh, my God.
So he's calling this morning.
Yeah.
What?
He's calling this morning.
Maybe you can hook him up with David Hall. He could help him.
We already talked about that yesterday. We said, why doesn't he just call Rock Financial?
I don't think Rock Financial is going to be crazy about his credit.
Yeah.
Hey, but they help people with sucky credit, they say.
Well, you can promise him all you want.
Yeah, right. Right. You and the G-Man want to work together for the next 2 months.
So the thing about it is, though, if this Arthur Geraldo, who's supposed to be able to save anyone, won't return his phone calls.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's called everyone else in the world. I mean, do you think he just decided, well, if Arthur Geraldo can't do it, no one can save me?
Yeah,
He's obviously asked anyone on the planet to help him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
no one wants to give him credit.
No.
So that's why he's asking us, the general public, to bail his pathetic credit ass out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the whole thing's kind of stupid. It's just like these people pay for mycollege.com. Isn't it really the same thing, except that this guy's famous?
And according to the write-ups that follow after this, all the radio shows he's been appearing on, everybody has been making fun of him.
What's that, Trudy?
Marginally famous.
Yeah, marginally
famous. Yeah, marginally famous. How did he do in the boxing match, by the way?
Oh, he
taunted
and beat Horshack's ass, but he was really obnoxious in that fight. He was taunting him. Horshack was about half his size.
And Horshack way older than him too.
Yeah.
Everyone felt bad for Horshack.
Yeah, that was sad.
That turned into a bummer.
That was actually a bummer. I felt bad for Horshack. Just the fact that he would put his ass out there to get kicked just because he needed money that bad. That was, to me, the saddest part.
He should earn his money by going one more round with Horshack, but then this time we could train him like Rocky Horshack. We could get him in top shape and whip Screech's ass.
Oh, I'd love to see Horshack kick his ass. I'm afraid. I don't think there's any amount of training that could help this guy, I'm afraid. So, okay, what time is this turd calling?
He's calling at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Now, when we've talked to him in the past, doesn't he always act like everything is great?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, his stand-up is kicking ass. And
yeah, Mark was going to review 3 interviews just to see.
He's cool because he's the only one of that cast who will actually talk about Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, no, he's fine with that.
Oh, yeah, as a matter of fact, people...
Who has seen his stand-up, 313-298-WRIF? Who went to see him? I'm just curious, how is his show? Is it, does he just talk about Saved by the Bell and just kind of skate by on that, or does he really have jokes? He stands them up and knocks them down, or?
He does do stuff about I'm the only child star who's still rocking, you know?
Well, that's okay. I mean, I don't know, I'm fine with him doing stand-up and going around and trying to continue to make a living instead of, you know, he could be a lot worse when you think of all the other people in his position. Although, wait, Saved by the Bell, who else is on Saved by the Bell? Beverly Ambethesis, who's done pretty well.
Yeah.
Who else besides Beverly Ambethesis?
Beverly Ambethesis.
Mark Paul Gosselaar, who's on NYPD.
He was on NYPD, yeah, right. He's done well.
Mario Lopez.
He's done fine.
Elizabeth Berkley.
She did that one movie.
That one movie.
By the way, when that movie comes on, it was on VH1 last year. I watched it. I find that movie so watchable. Really? I laugh my ass off every time I watch it.
I only see parts of it where they're like just beginning. What exactly is the name of that movie again? Forget. Striptease? Or no, that's Demi Moore.
What's the name of Elizabeth Berkley's movie?
What's that?
What's the name of Elizabeth Berkley's movie?
Oh, God. The
Showgirls, yeah.
Right. And is Gina Gershon mentor?
Yeah, and they have a couple pretty sexy scenes together.
Gina Gershon just loves kissing women.
Gina Gershon. There's also that horrible sex scene in the pool with the dark-haired guy from... here comes Bentley. Thank you, Bentley. Cal McLaughlin. That is the worst sex scene ever.
Horrible.
And it's supposed to be so hot.
Oh, God.
Oh, is that?
Oh, yeah, with her flopping around the pool.
Not hot. I say that's what spoiled that sex scene. Because whoever it was who was in the sex scene, Elizabeth Berkley, couldn't act well enough.
She was horrible flopping around like that in the water.
She's flipping and flopping, and, it's supposed to be so wild.
I know, and she looked like an idiot.
And
it looks like, settle down.
You're going to break something.
Yeah, exactly. Take it easy. Absolutely, it was stupid.
And it's almost Screech time here. Screech needs money. He wants you to bail him out. Boy, what a story this is. He and his wife have 30 days to pay $250,000 or they will lose their home. He's kind of portraying this as he's going to become homeless.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's traveling the country.
That hard to believe.
He's doing stand-up comedy across the country.
Yes. That's got to provide him some reasonable income where he wouldn't become homeless.
Yeah.
Give me the go. I want to go.
What he's trying to get us to do is to get you, and I suppose us too, to buy T-shirts, which, let's see, they've got a cute slogan on them. I paid $15 to save Screech's house.
Yeah.
Or you can get the autograph version.
Yeah, the autograph version, which is great for $20. And that one, not only do you get his autograph, but also you get his special message, which is F. Giraldo, who's the guy that he's so mad at, who stood him up twice on a closing, who's going to put a mortgage together for him.
His fault.
Yeah, which was Screech's fault. Who also, by the way, was voted... Where was I? It cracks me up. The May 2006 issue of Stuff magazine, readers voted Dustin Diamond the third most annoying former child star they would like to punch in the face, beat out only by Danny Bonaducci and Corey Feldman. Too funny.
Now, Screech went on satellite radio to complain about this Arthur Giraldo guy, and he wants to put this guy out of business or have him fired or something.
Yeah, he wants him fired,
because he didn't come up with the $250,000 mortgage that he thought, or he allegedly
was going to
told him he could get. But you know what? After the guy didn't return a few phone calls,
wouldn't
it become obvious that, you know what, my credit sucks? I know that. obviously this guy can't pull it off, but for some reason he becomes obsessed with ruining this guy's, or getting this guy fired from this New York mortgage company.
Yeah, and the only reason why he ever gets in touch with them at all is he calls them with a different telephone number. So obviously the guy's watching his caller ID, and that's the only way he makes contact.
Yeah, I wish I could talk to Arthur and find out what his side of the story is. Dustin is adamant that this guy screwed him, but why wouldn't someone else give him this mortgage, if indeed he is so worthy of it and his stand-up career is going so well? But you know what? He's a couple minutes late here. I'm debating. If we go into a break, he'll call right away, right?
Like lighting a cigarette at a restaurant.
All right, well, why don't I go into the break, and that'll make him call.
No question about it.
Chances are we'll be back in 60 seconds or 120 seconds.
Drew and Mike.
I took them in. I put a little music on, give them hot milk. It's very charming.
101 WRIF Detroit. Rip Rock.
We're with Ruiz. Okay, is Ruiz?
Ruiz isn't here.
Well, you might want to check the list. We're supposed to meet Ruiz here. He might have put our name on the list.
Ruiz is always on the list. He's not here, though.
Okay, you might want to check if he's here, because he specifically said we're supposed to meet him in the VIP area.
He's not here.
Yeah, well, I'm on the list. I told you.
Hey, what's up, man?
Excuse me,
Hey, what's happening?
Could you just check to see?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
All right, bro.
Hey, man, how's it going? You look big, man. You been lifting?
Hey, thanks. Yeah, a little bit. I got a six-pack. Started out with a 40.
All right. Hey, babe. You look good, man.
All right, thanks, man. Catch you later.
Cool.
Did you see that? Did you just let Screech in the club? I'm waiting in line, and you just let Screech in the club.
He's on a list, man.
Show me the list. I want to see on your list where it says that Screech is on the list. Show me.
Hey, get your hands up. Hey, we'll throw your ass out of town, huh?
Oh, you and Screech?
Yeah, you and Screech, yeah. Me and Screech.
There's a scene from Made. Jon Favreau, Vince Vaughn, and Screech, Dustin Diamond, who, well, we told you the whole story. And, you know, for being so worried about losing his house, it's kind of odd that he would miss his interview at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, miss his interview. Can they even find him, Mark?
No, not at all.
Can't even find him.
He's supposed to do just a small handful of interviews.
Oh, jeez.
He lives in the Central Time Zone, so it's not like it's that early.
Boy, I tell you, our luck with celebrities lately is pretty crappy.
It's been weird.
I'm glad I didn't give his website out. I'm not even sure I want to give his website out. Why should the public pay for his bad credit?
They shouldn't. It's stupid.
Honestly, $250,000. If he was talking about, well, no, honestly, if he was talking about $2,500, it would be just as stupid, because why couldn't he come up with $2,500? But $250,000?
No, I mean, that's absurd. So this guy, and then to lean on the American public to bail him out.
Well,
it's just absurd.
And he's so desperate to destroy this guy at this bank who couldn't make this mortgage come through.
Yeah, I know. And then he goes on the radio to try to destroy this guy, and it didn't work. And he's still out there.
Get the hell out of my house. In Jesus' name, I pray.
He says, after the show ended, Saved by the Bell, I decided to leave sunny California for the Midwest. And then he uses the S word, credit, meant that getting a loan for a house would be tough.
What?
So right out of the gate.
So he's
already got lousy credit.
He buys his house on a land contract, and during the past years, the land around me has developed for the better. My property value went way up. So in other words, during all these years, if he bought this house after Saved by the Bell, how long ago is that? That's years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So he had all this time to fix his credit.
I know it. Yeah, it's like knowing
his stand-up going and to get a mortgage. This should not have been this difficult. It never should have come to this.
No. Oh, my God, no. People have all kinds of financial problems. They manage to get through it. I can't get over how this guy is just so screwed up. He's got to sell these dumb T-shirts.
With his resources, this should have been taken care of a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
And that's exactly the danger of what he did in the first place, is that what happened is the risk you take. The value went up dramatically. The guy that cut the deal with him changed his mind and said, you know what, I wouldn't mind having that place back. And so he ends up with this deadline to come up with a mortgage, or $250,000, and he still apparently has crappy credit.
Oh, yeah.
And because this guy
credit is horrible.
This guy that was recommended to him by someone he trusts. And
he said
this guy's supposed to be so great. Because this guy didn't come through for him and didn't return his calls, he wants this guy to be fired.
Yeah, now it's his fault for everything. Everything that's wrong with his life is now that guy's fault. Naturally. He's got to blame somebody.
No,
it's not his fault.
In talking to him, and we've talked to Screech, 3 or 4 times in the last couple of years?
3 times for sure.
He seemed like a halfway reasonable person. I certainly didn't. Although, you know what? The last time we talked to him, it seems to me he was plugging a bunch of stuff, and he was kind of going on and on about all these great projects he's been involved in or was going to be involved in, and it was a little, I don't know, it seemed a little much coming from him.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
But this idea to sell T-shirts, I paid $15 to save Screech's house, or the $20 version, which is autographed with, what's it say, F. Geraldo?
Yeah, it says F. Geraldo.
Who's
on
the guy
shirt.
that didn't come up with the loan for him.
Isn't that the kind of shirt you want to walk around with, Drew?
Yeah, sure.
T-shirt signed by Dustin Diamond that says F. Geraldo.
Yeah, I'm so concerned about this guy, New York Capital Exchange. I mean, I definitely want his name on my T-shirt.
Yeah, just because this guy didn't fix this hopeless loan for this guy. Arthur was said to be an expert in land contracts and a guru when it came to getting difficult loans done. I was told not to worry, it wouldn't be a problem. He would handle everything. And then, of course, he couldn't get in touch with them. The closing was all set up and this, that, and the other. And then he was a no-show. As days crept by and still no calls from Arthur, I was forced to threaten calling every day, all day long, every hour in the hour until I got a call back. So here's Screech calling this guy every day, every hour.
Yeah.
And then finally gets a call back when he calls him on a different telephone number. Don't worry, everything's moving ahead, all is well. And then, of course, doesn't hear from him again, and then he gets served the papers, and they're going to foreclose on him. And now it's everybody else's problem. But it just sounds like he's literally obsessed with bringing this guy down.
Well, he's going to blow if he does indeed. My impression is he has a fairly decent stand-up circuit going.
Yeah,
if he makes enough of a jerk out of himself out of this, he's going to blow that.
Mm-hmm. And then this weird attitude. I mean, and kind of threaded through all this is some pretty arrogant statements too off his website. Well, time to pay the piper, Arthur. You shouldn't have effed with the D-man. The D-man.
Oh, and what about if he treats a famous celebrity like this?
Yeah.
Then how does he treat normal people?
Yeah, that's what he's. That's exactly how he says it.
Melissa?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Yellow.
Hello?
Yeah.
The color yellow. Hello?
Hello?
Go ahead.
Hi,
you're
Melissa.
On the air.
You're on. Yeah, go ahead, Melissa.
Melissa, don't listen to your radio.
Hello?
Melissa.
Bye.
Sweet Melissa.
Good
Let's face it, if he can't find the time to work on a mortgage for a famous celebrity, how will he handle the average person? Join my fight against injustice by helping to save my house.
Justice?
Oh, come on.
What does his bad credit have to do with justice? He could have gotten a mortgage. He could still.
Injustice?
He's got 30 days. He could get a mortgage from somebody else if he had the credit.
Mm-hmm.
Todd, are you there?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I'm a realtor, and he would never have a closing set up unless the mortgage company had already come through with the mortgage.
Well, yeah, I don't know how this guy can be throwing around closing dates and then supposedly he doesn't show up and sets up another closing date. I mean, wouldn't he have signed all his papers for his mortgage and done all that stuff?
Well, it says right here, it says, I sent everything he asked for. This is where he's talking about Arthur, and signed all the papers that were sent to me. The closing date was to be set, and he'd have a lawyer who was in Wisconsin come to the closing with me. Arthur was even going to fly out there himself, and he was going to be there for the closing. Days went by, I never heard from him, left message after message. And, then the whole thing collapsed.
So you smell a rat, Todd?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sounds kind of ridiculous.
The whole thing sounds half-assed.
By the way, can you explain a land contract in 30 seconds or less? Just a layman explanation.
The easiest way, normally they're set up where one person can either get a mortgage within a specified time, or once the land contract's up, they can either pay the cash. But normally it's a specified time, not for years. I mean, they can occur that way, but on average, it has to be set like an ending date, just like any other contract.
Yeah, but do they typically have a big balloon payment at the end? Land contract deal?
It really depends. I mean, that can change
how it's set up.
Every option.
But from the sound of it, the fact that he held this contract for all this time, and then all of a sudden the guy said, okay, you got 30 days to come up with this much cash, or I'm taking the title back, doesn't that basically tell you that his credit sucks, still sucked, always sucked, he never was able to get a mortgage in the meantime or never bothered to?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the guy that had the property made out over time because he's got all these payments, and now he's going to get full price for the property.
Yeah, and the value's gone up a lot because of development around it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks for the call, Todd.
Hey, thank you.
See you, all right. Is this Steve?
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, what's up?
Not much. I was looking on the internet, and I was kind of going through that story and just thinking it really just doesn't add up. I'm a lawyer here in Detroit, and I don't really deal in real estate too much, but the way Dustin is describing it, it's almost like he's renting, where the owner of the property unilaterally decides to kick him out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the way he's describing it, it sounds to me like he wasn't making his payments, because for the owner to just unilaterally decide to, hey, I want the property back, it just doesn't make sense.
Could you evict him, or he's being foreclosed on, essentially, isn't he?
Right. And the reason, the reason you'd foreclose on somebody is because you're not making your payments.
Right.
And
that's why because he is in foreclosure. I mean, they served in the papers and everything else.
Well, that's why I said I wish we could talk to Arthur and find out his side of the story, because I have a feeling we're getting a real one-sided deal here.
Yeah.
Right.
And if his only solution is to collect money from the public to pay this thing off,
$15 at a time.
If he, with all his resources, can't find a bank to get in his corner, then something's missing here.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Yeah, just one more thing to add. I know in Michigan, and I think in most states, when you're a land contract,
he's in Wisconsin.
There's case law out there that says you cannot forfeit the money you've paid into that land contract. So even if this guy gets foreclosed on, he should still be able to get the money he's put into that back.
Right. But it doesn't sound like that's the case.
Yeah, why feel sorry for him? He's getting exactly what he put into it.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for him. Nobody does. In fact, it sounds like everybody considers him to be quite a joke, actually, including the people he used to work with on Saved by the Bell.
I'm kind of glad he didn't call.
Reading all this.
Now that somebody also sent us his rider for his stand-up appearances. Now, I don't know I never know if these things are real, because it's probably off the web.
Yeah.
But if it is real, artist shall be billed as Dustin Diamond. It shall appear as such in all advertisements, flyers, marquees, etc. Artist shall receive 100% headline billing. Formerly Screech from Saved by the Bell is also acceptable. Please note this is a Dustin Diamond show, not Screech from Saved by the Bell. Screech was one of many characters that the artist portrayed earlier in his career. Dustin Diamond is to appear first in all advertisement and in larger letters than formerly Screech from Saved by the Bell. The only pictures of Dustin Diamond allowed to be used in the ads are his current publicity pictures. No pictures of Dustin as Screech when he was a teenager from Saved by the Bell is permitted in any form of ad. Purchaser will be fined $100 for each ad, flyer run, marquee if billing is not stated as in this agreement. Fine is to be paid in cash prior to Dustin Diamond taking the stage, or the show will not go on.
Oh, my God. You're going to pay this guy fines? He's assessing fines?
Yeah, for not using the proper picture.
That's absolutely bizarre.
Security. One guard is to be stationed at the dressing room door to prevent unauthorized people from entering while artist is occupying room.
Oh, geez. You don't have to worry about that. Who the hell wants to get in there?
Yeah.
Nobody is knocking the door down to get to this guy, believe me.
One guard is to accompany artist to and from stage. Guard is to be stationed by the stage in case the stage is rushed for any reason.
Now he thinks he's going to be mobbed by fans?
I think Saved by the Bell is far enough in the past that this rushing the stage is not too serious an issue.
Oh, my God, you're not kidding.
In the event there's a breakdown in security and the artist deems his personal safety is at risk, the artist has the right to abruptly end the show and still receive full performance fee.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I think that's probably trying to deal with somebody that starts throwing tomatoes at him for sucking bloody murder up there, and then he cancels the show. He wants all of his money.
Is this Chris?
Yes, Chris. How you doing, guys?
What's up?
Man.
Hey, I just wanted to make a comment about the situation you were talking about with the guy with the land contract.
Yeah.
Right?
Boy, what a nerd pile this is bringing out.
Yeah. Well,
from all the experts, all the armchair generals.
Well, I mean...
No, go on.
Okay, this is some stuff that goes on. When you file for a mortgage initially, you talk to a mortgage guy, and they'll send it through and just kind of sort of glance over your credit report and see if you can get if you'll be qualified for a mortgage. Well, it's not actually valid until they send it through underwriting, and something that could have happened with this guy is they said, yeah, sure, we'll get you a mortgage, we'll do a land contract, whatever, and then when they dug deeper and they sent it to underwriting, they found out that there's some pretty nasty something in his credit report that he had to satisfy before they give him the loan. So they could set up a closing date, they could get all kinds of weird paperwork done and signed, but there has to be something that he's not telling us about.
Yeah, this guy is not, 19 years old, just off a Saved by the Bell. And by the way,
he admits that his credit is shot. That's for sure.
Having been in this show all this time, this is pathetic that he would ever be in this position in the first place.
Well, that's what's so weird is the way this information from his website starts off. Hello there. I'm Dustin Diamond, and you probably remember me from the hit TV show Saved by the Bell. After the show ended, I decided to leave sunny California for the Midwest. My, and he uses the S word, credit, meant that getting a loan for a house would be tough. Now that suggests that right out of the gate, his credit's all is garbage. I began looking and finally purchased one on a land contract. I was thrilled. Now I call Wisconsin my home. And then it goes downhill from there.
I'll tell you something funny.
His credit is crap right after the show almost.
I know somebody who deals with a lot of credit and a lot of celebrities, and you'd be surprised how many celebrities your credit is better than. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about you driving in your car to work right now because you pay your bills on time. There are people out there, and every now and then this guy will drop a name, and I don't care to repeat, but trust me, people who make a lot of money, but for some reason they don't. Maybe they have accountants or whatever, and they don't pay their own bills.
Yeah, or they lose track of what's going on.
And then they get into new credit situations that they don't inform their accountant about or whatever. Next thing you know, such and such a bill isn't paid for 6 months. Their credit goes to hell. And so you have somebody who makes, maybe $1.5 million a year in the NBA, and yet he can't get approved for credit for a new car or something like that. I mean, it's unbelievably embarrassing and ridiculous, but it's true. Yeah. Some of these people who make incredible amounts of money have pathetic credit.
Yeah.
And it's not because they don't have money. Now, in Screech's case, it sounds like he really doesn't. I don't know.
Sound like, though, he does have this stand-up career.
Actually...
We've even got email of people saying that they've seen his stand-up act, and they actually found him to be funny.
Yeah, no, we had...
They said he's got like a Bob Saget style. His real blue humor, I guess.
Well, somebody who saw him at Chaplin's liked the show, went back and saw him again, said it was very good.
Yeah, I don't know.
And to be honest, Chaplin's wouldn't keep having him back if he wasn't putting people in the seats. And whether it's because people watch this television show, or he does a decent job of stand-up, or both, and it's probably both. It doesn't matter. He's obviously money in the bank to Chaplin's, or again, they would invite him back. And I think he's been there probably 3 or 4 times in the last couple of years because he's been on the show every time.
Yes.
Mark?
Yeah.
Are you getting anywhere?
He still hasn't heard from the publicist said, my only hope is that he screwed up Central and Eastern time.
So he'll call us at 9 o'clock when we least expect him.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm trying Arthur.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay, there you go.
I just left him a message.
Hey, all you nerds, by the way, who, I don't want to call you all nerds, but those of you who understand land contracts and the attorneys and realtors and whatnot, if you want to hopefully pop the dial here on 9 o'clock and just see if he turns up, because I'd love to get somebody on the phone who could ask him some good questions about this situation.
So how'd the loser conference go?
The rest of this rider, by the way, oh, my God. Well,
this is Aaron.
What's up?
Hey, I've got I just wanted to share my horrible experience with Dustin Diamond. He came up to speak at CMU, where I was going to school at the time.
By the way, I just want to point out, we're not soliciting bad Screech phone calls. People are just calling in and passing these things along.
Well, just to make it real short, basically, he had a horrible act, and he kept on just making these bad, dirty jokes, and when the crowd started to boo him...
This is at Central, right?
He goes, I still get paid the same anyway.
Oh, you're kidding.
Not joking.
Oh,
well,
God.
So that probably pissed off.
He had this gut, and he had all this facial hair, and just... It was horrible.
Oh, brother.
So did the crowd send him packing, or did he finish the show?
Oh, I mean, I think he stood up there. He's so pompous that, he stood up there anyway, took it, and just kept on telling these horrible, dirty jokes, even though everyone was booing him.
Yeah, he's like oblivious to it.
Well, he was kind of cocky. I mean...
Well, you can see the cockiness in all of this stuff.
Remember the celebrity boxing with Horseshack? That was really a bummer, man. He was like, come on, bring it. And then he just pound the crap out of him. It's like, come on, this is Horseshack.
Yeah, it was a big drag.
Tom, you there?
Yeah.
You call him out Long Duck Dong?
Yeah, his name was Long Duck Dong in that movie.
And have you seen him in other stuff?
I did. I can't think of... God, I seen him in another comedy similar. Him and his brother. He's got a brother that acts.
No woman would want to have sex with that loser.
Well, thanks for the call.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it. I'll tell you, this Dustin Diamond story just gets more grim with each disclosure.
Oh, man.
Turns out the T-shirts that he's having made to pay off his land contract say, I paid $15 to help
Screech save his house. I gave $15 to help Screech save his house, emblazoned on the front. The problem is they had to put an extra E in Screech because of copyright problems. So I gave $15 to help SCREEECH save his house. Because he doesn't own the rights to the name or the character, and he also claims he has a 10-inch penis. Come on.
Read the email about the guy who went to see him in Windsor and the chick there with. He ended up hitting on the chick there with.
Jeez. Yeah, I just thought I'd let you know Screech was in Windsor doing a stand-up at Yuck Yucks, and a few of my friends went to see him. They said he was funny but a loser. One friend of mine was trying to leave, and he stopped her trying to get her number. She said he was the biggest dork. He was telling her who he was and things about Saved by the Bell. She told him to take a hike. Apparently, he heard where they were going and showed up at the bar they were at later on.
Yeah, boy.
And then he wouldn't leave her alone, just pestering her.
Ooh.
So she had to leave to go home. Finally, the funny part is that later on I find out that my friend's cousin went back to his hotel and nailed him.
What?
Yeah. She said,
why?
I can't believe it. She said she did it because she was wasted and just because of who he was.
You know,
I've
heard that same explanation about 4 or 5 times, and it never ceases to amaze me. It's like, why would somebody, if a guy is such a dork,
God, it's bothering everybody.
I mean, probably your friends are all, annoyed as hell too that he's acting like such a jackass and won't leave them alone and actually almost stalking her.
Yeah,
and then she sleeps with the guy.
Isn't that amazing? She then told us it was a horrible night and he was rotten in bed.
Oh, what happened? What happened to Mr. 10 Inches?
Yeah. So that tells you that's not true. Oh, how lame! And I guess he needs to sell. He said that he needs to sell 30,000 T-shirts to completely cover the costs.
Oh boy,
this thing is just grimmer by the moment. Oh God. Ah, jeez. Had a horrible night in the sack with him. Oh, what a disaster, man.
But you will not believe this. Guess who's on the phone?
So it was a time zone problem, huh?
Dustin?
Hey, yeah, I guess I was told I was supposed to call at 8, and for me, it's 8 o'clock.
Oh, my God.
Great.
We heard it might be a time zone problem. We said, no way. And it was.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Sure thing, guys. I would never miss it.
Is there any way that we can talk to you in about 15 minutes?
I know that I'm doing like 6 or 7 interviews back to back.
And they're all an hour late, right?
Yeah, I would have to. Yeah, exactly. All of our interviews have been given to us in our time zone. So when this one was told at 8 o'clock, we
I bet it's just going to screw us up. Mark?
We can do it. I mean, it's only 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, we got the info. We've talked extensively about it. There's some people are questioning the situation, though, the fact that it seems that you would have had many opportunities to clean this land contract up. Why did you not get a mortgage set up or raise some money prior to this foreclosure?
Well, prior to the foreclosure, if anyone read the website at getdchurch.com, this guy out of New York set a closing date, set everything up. The loan was all approved, according to him. I put all my eggs in one basket. Then the guy started ducking my calls.
Well, but if the guy's ducking your calls, why didn't you call another mortgage person?
Because he said it was all done, and plus.
Okay, well, let's just fast forward ahead a little bit. Once it was determined that Arthur was not going to come through for you, why don't you set up another mortgage?
Well, I didn't have time. By the time frame, remember,
How long do you have now?
I have no idea. We have a lawyer trying to stave them off right now.
Were you up to date on your payments?
Yes, there's a bunch of shady stuff that I can't talk about. The things that are looking to be quite illegal that I obviously had no choice about. And these guys don't want me to get another mortgage. These guys just want to shake me down for the house.
How is it that your credit is so bad when you seem to be successful doing your stand-up comedy and all that? I don't understand how your credit is so bad.
Well, because fraudulent things that were done in my name when I was younger, my parents wasting a lot of my money and whizzing it away as I was a kid. I was only protected by the Jackie Coogan law, which puts 25% of your earnings away until you're 18. That's what I got when I turned 18.
Well, wasn't there a lot of money in the bank from Saved by the Bell?
Well, yeah, 25% of what I made. That's it. The rest of it my parents took. And
25% of how many years were you in Saved by the Bell?
10.
10 ultimately, but you got to understand that when I was 18, I pulled away with about maybe $200,000 to $250,000, and that was. Now, mind you, I was ahead of the game for most 18-year-olds, but that was
I'd say
11 years ago. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, if you invest $250,000 when you're 18 years old, if you put it in, I don't know, something fairly conservative, it seems to me you'd have at least enough money for a very nice place to live in Wisconsin. And even if this whole land grant thing, even if this thing blew up in your face, why would you not be able to afford a place to live? Because you're doing stand-up. I know you've been doing chaplains every time you come to town.
I live within my means. I make good money doing stand-up. I make enough to pay my bills on time and put a little aside. But there's many sides to all stories, and I guess what you're looking for is my better half, Jennifer, and I lost our first baby.
No, I wasn't looking for that. I'm trying to figure out why it is that with your stand-up doing well, and, you know, whatever money you saved, and maybe it wasn't as much as it should have been, maybe your parents ripped you off, but it just seems... It's an extraordinary situation when someone asks the public to bail them out when it seems that, you know, they have the means to bail themselves out. That's what I'm struggling with here.
Well, that's what I'm trying to answer, is that losing a baby when you have no insurance is not just grief. It's to the tune of $100,000 to $130,000. And that just hit us early last year. And it's not asking for money from the public for a handout. I'm selling T-shirts, which is the most entrepreneurial way you can handle something. A lot of people sell T-shirts anyway, just to pocket the money for merchandise. I'm doing it just being honest about the situation of why I'm doing it.
Is it true that the one T-shirt that you paid $20 for has your autograph along with your special message that says F. Geraldo? Is that true?
Yeah, in fact, a lot of people are wanting me just to put my name on it because they want to be able to wear the shirt about and around.
Oh, yeah, because that's what I was going to say. I don't know how many people want to walk around with a shirt that has the F word and then Geraldo.
Well, you know, I mean, there's a lot of people who are requesting it. There's a lot of people who are requesting other things. And the stuff that's ordered, of course, I am signing. So,
how many of these T-shirts do you have to sell to bail yourself out of this mess?
About 30,000.
30,000
of them.
What does that equal? That'll make you enough money to not only raise the $250,000, but also to pay the taxes, right?
And to cover the cost of the shirt. And the taxes, that's one of those things where I'm not allowed to talk about it because of the ongoing case, but there's some shady stuff going on. In my land contract, I was never required to pay the taxes. It was supposed to be built into my payment, and I've been making my payment.
I meant the taxes on the income for the T-shirts.
What?
I meant the taxes on the income for the T-shirts.
All the cost and everything else is worked into the price of the T-shirt. We try to make it as low as possible because this isn't to make money. We're not trying to look to build a wing on the house and bathe in Cristal. We're just looking to try and pull ourselves out of this mess.
Why don't you get an attorney? You keep saying there's shady stuff going on and there's all these behind the scenes things that you can't talk about or whatever. Why don't you get a good attorney? I mean, people know who you are. I'm sure.
I'm not allowed to talk about it because of my attorney's advice.
Okay, but can't your attorney help? I mean, isn't there any hope at all of saving this property without raising this extraordinary amount of money through selling T-shirts? I mean, it seems like a pretty tall order to sell 30,000 T-shirts in, 2 or 3 weeks.
You consider that I've been in the business for 21 years, and we had millions and millions and millions of fans. I received at 1.5 to 7,000 fan letters a week, and the fact that 30,000 is not that big in order if you think that New York City alone, just one city, has 12 million.
Would it be easier just to add a few more stand-up gigs?
Yeah, I don't know any stand-up gigs that'll pay me that much money in that short amount of time.
Huh. Well, why is there this desperation to get this Arthur guy fired? I'm not sure I understand how did you sign mortgage papers and all that?
Yep.
And you had a closing date set up with a signed mortgage. Why is it not enforceable?
Well, I have no idea why it's not enforceable. I have no idea why the guy would duck my calls when he doesn't make money unless the deal goes through. But I don't care what he has to gain by doing that. I care what I have to lose.
But I know, but you want this guy fired, and you implied that you'd signed all this paperwork. If you signed all the paperwork for a mortgage, I don't understand why the mortgage is not enforceable, whether he shows up for a closing or ducks your phone calls or whatever.
Well, the people who own the house, the guy who owns the house, claims that he never heard from this guy out in New York, and he got responses.
You got a mortgage, you got a mortgage.
He never got anything over to him.
Yeah, but we've had attorneys we were talking about this a little bit earlier before you called, and we had real estate people calling, attorneys calling, and they were all saying the same. I mean, if this thing is signed and everything else, you have the closing date, I mean, it should be a no-brainer.
Yeah, if it's all true. I signed 32 papers and sent it over.
So you think this guy just made up a phony mortgage or something and sent you paperwork and you sent it back and he just shredded it?
I don't know. I know that the guy took my case on and then started ducking my calls.
Well, why did that happen? I don't understand that. This guy was so he was so committed to helping you out, and this was through all these friends. You found this guy who was such an expert with land contract deals and all this sort of thing. Why is it that almost it seems like out of the gate this guy started ducking your calls?
Who knows? Join the club, I mean, this sounds like you guys are skeptical about the whole thing, and that's fine. There's half the world is going to laugh at the other half, and that's just the way it works. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm the victim here, and not I'm not a celebrity that got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and I'm appealing to the public to save him a chance. I wanted to have the debate with him live on the air in front of millions of Howard's listeners, and guess what? He declined. Ooh, big surprise.
Well, I don't know how to even debate this without knowing his side of the story. I just can't understand how you have a mortgage, a signed mortgage, and because the guy doesn't show up for the closing or ducks a phone call, the mortgage disappears. It just doesn't. It's a very complicated story, and the bottom line is
maybe the guy who owns the house did get the papers, but doesn't want to do it because he wants the house and all my equity that goes with it, and then he can take that equity, pocket it, get me out, and in 30 days turn the house around and sell it now that it's worth a lot more money and pocket that money.
How long have you lived in the house?
Greed is coming from the end of the other side, not mine.
How long have you lived in the house?
3 years.
Okay. Well, what's the website?
Man.
You want to sell 30,000 T-shirts, and you're not sure exactly how soon you have to do it. But what's the website?
That's right. It's D as in Dustin, and they're called D-shirts. And if anyone wants to get one, go to getdshirts.com, and they can get a T-shirt.
All right. if we sound skeptical, it's just, this just arrived on our doorstep yesterday, and I read it, and I thought, boy, this is really odd. And then we talked about it on the air, and people started calling in and saying they didn't understand why it is somebody would be able to duck a mortgage, quote unquote, if all this paperwork was signed, that, maybe this guy approved you for credit, but then in the end something was found in your credit report. Hey, how is your credit, by the way?
My credit is so-so. I don't really have much debt, and I don't have any credit card debt or anything like that.
Except the hospital.
You got to understand, I'm a child star that came out relatively unscathed out of the Hollywood grinder. I'm not a drunk. I'm not a druggie. I don't smoke cigarettes. I've never been arrested, and I'm also not a real estate expert.
Okay. Well, I know you got to make it to your next interview. Give the website out again, and we'll just let the public decide. You've got a lot of fans out there.
The public is already rallying behind me. I don't know how many shirts we've sold yet, but I know that in the first 4 days we had close to 500,000 hits. So, and a lot of people are showing their support. So, obviously.
What do they do? Put their credit card on the website, or do they have to actually send you a check?
They pay through PayPal on the website.
Oh, okay. Well, that's relatively simple. So do you know how many T-shirts you've sold? Any idea?
Like I just said, I have no idea. I just got off the road from Florida doing a comedy show, and I've been doing nothing but interviews. And I have to do Geraldo later today and things like that. So anyway, go to getdshirts.com. $15, you can get a T-shirt. $20, you can get it signed on the front. It shows a picture of me in front of a shack in the Wisconsin woods, looking all disheveled like Nick Nolte's arrest photo. It says "Save My House." Actually, a very funny picture. On the back, it says, "I paid $15 to save Screech's house. We freed Winona, then we voted for Pedro. Time to save Screech's house."
Hey, Nick, are you there? Nick? Hello, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, what, you had a question?
Well, I was kind of listening to that whole interview. I've been reading about some mortgage companies, and what they do is when you do land contracts, at times you sign your title over. And these mortgage companies look for certain situations. They can sometimes do it legally. And he probably didn't get his paperwork looked into before he signed everything over. And now the mortgage company has his title, and that's why they're taking his home.
Does that sound plausible, Dustin?
I have no idea, because like I said, since I'm not, all those things I named that I'm not, not a real estate expert into that.
Well, man, you ought to get a little informed on this.
Yeah, you need to know more about your situation.
Is this Steve?
Yeah, this is Steve.
Steve,
my lawyer knows all I need to know about the situation at this point.
Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, I'm a mortgage loan officer myself, and you've got a good question for Dustin about if you sign the paperwork, what the heck's going on. My guess is that this guy in New York or whatever basically just took the application from him, plugged it into the computer, printed up the documents, the application documents, sent it out to Dustin, had him sign the application. Once the application comes back, the guy, really doesn't have to do anything with it, I suppose. It's pretty shady that the guy would do something like that, but what he probably sent to him was simply the application for the mortgage and not the closing documents or not anything that would bind.
Well, shouldn't Dustin's lawyer be able to explain that to him?
Yeah, as a
rather than trying to get this guy fired and go through all this hullabaloo over Arthur Geraldo. Wouldn't...
Well, I don't want him sent an award. The guy told me the loan was approved and done and told me that he has all this power and he knows all these people and he can get things done. Well, 2 days later, it says the loan's approved and it's done. And, yeah, he's right. I certainly didn't sign any closing papers. Those are as thick as a phone book, and you do that with a lawyer at the closing. You don't
do closing
through faxes.
Yeah, it is pretty shady. The guy sent him an application, it sounds like, had him fill it out, told him that he was approved, and then didn't follow through with it. So something shady's going on this other guy's end.
Well, is it possible that this guy then, in doing further study, decided he did not want to do the loan?
Or maybe he was never approved to begin with and didn't feel like telling Dustin that, that, hey, I really couldn't get it done for you. I thought I could, but I couldn't.
They never seem shy about telling you they don't want to give you a certain amount of credit.
You're not kidding. I'm surprised this guy would go through all the trouble to duck his calls like that, especially when he's calling him every hour on the hour.
I don't get it.
maybe the guy who owns the house sent some thugs to go shake him down. I have no idea. I've seen the craziest things in this world, and I can't put my finger on anything. All I care about is saving my home, and anyone in my situation would use everything in their power to do that exact same thing.
Well, good luck, Dustin.
All right, take care.
Okay,
guys.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate the call.
Guys,
Take it easy.
See ya.
It's alright, 'cause I'm straight by the bell. If the teacher pops a test, I know I'm in a mess, and my dog ate all my
All righty.
Jeez.
Well, I don't know what to think.
I don't know. It's a big mess. I think the attorney should be able to solve it, though. I don't know.
What is this business of this guy that owns the house? What is this guy, mafia or something? He's sending people to New York to rough up this loan officer?
I don't
Come
know.
on.
I don't know. And the thing of it is, again, is like what you're saying a second ago. Instead of spending all of his energy after this Arthur, he should just get this house taken care of and worry about him later.
Well, if this guy that owns this, or that was originally on this title, or is on this title for this land contract, if he's such a badass and he can actually rough people up and can make all these things happen and there's nothing Dustin can do about it, then why should this guy in New York put himself on the line if his life's going to be in danger?
Jeez.
I mean, I don't know.
Something isn't right.
Something just
is too involved.
I'd love to talk to Arthur. Oh, did you? Oh, maybe he'll call us. All right. Well, we're all screwed up now.
Yeah.
It's kind of unfortunate, too, that he doesn't know the difference between Central and Eastern Time.
I know. I can't believe that. We were laughing about that, and it turns out to be true.
Yeah. Great.
nerd.
So now we're all screwed up. We got to take a